Back. It's been a minute. Every day above ground, same fight, different round. It's a blessing to wake up every morning, go to sleep every night. It's a blessing. It's the little things that we overlook, take for granted, things of that nature. I was on another app recently. I'm late to the game, right? I know a lot of y'all probably already been on the app, but anyway, it's called Scoops. Shout out to my man Jay. I ain't gonna say his name, but he put me on it. See a lot of stuff, man. I wish I had known about it sooner, because I would have been on there talking about a lot of graphic things. Some of those things we can't talk about on YouTube, obviously, due to restrictions and guidelines. But nevertheless, what's the point, right? We here. I'm back. Like I said, it's been a lot going on. Life has been different. A lot of changes. And, above all the things that have changed, I praise the Lord. You know what I mean? So we're going to stand on that. And that's the only thing that can be stood on, man. Solid ground. So I got a lot on my mind. A lot I do want to address and talk about. Some things I can't talk about. I give you one. Work is work. I wish that I could get to a point, which is crazy because I'm 32. I feel like I should already be at a certain point. But life is life, and it be lifing. Y'all know. Sometimes things just don't go your way. A lot of things don't go your way. And when things don't go your way, we got to know how to handle that, which is tough. You know, whether it's with relationships, whether it's with bills, whether it's with friends, whether it's with family, relatives, daughters, sons. When things don't go your way, you got to know how to handle it. And a lot of times, oftentimes, we respond emotionally. I've learned a lot about myself recently. I had a problem with a guy. And if he's watching this, he probably gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. If he's watching, he probably ain't. If he is, that's crazy. It's weird, actually. And you'll get what I mean by that when I get to the point. I had a situation where I was playing video games, right? Shout out to Marvel Rivals. I was playing a video game with a person, a coworker, and this person called me one day while we was off work to play the game. Mind you, if you know about the game I'm talking about, it's a ranking system. And so I didn't want to play with this individual due to the difference in rank. I was higher, he was lower. And to me, that means nothing. But you got to be careful about things you say to certain people or how you treat them. Because this same individual I'm talking about, I guess, had the, I don't know. Maybe they slept on it. I ain't sure. But goes back to the job and starts talking reckless in a way that's not personal. I don't have personal problems with certain individuals I work, any individual I work with, no personal problems, especially over video games. The problems I've had, they on Glenwood, they some serious, real problems, or, any other place in the world other than where I work. Because at work, I'm a different person. You know what I mean? At work, I be my best self. But this individual had an issue with that and went to work talking crazy, not knowing that a lot of these individuals and people he talking around, they with me. You understand? Whether they my friends or whether I deal with them or whatever the case. So the information gonna get back to me. And I find it weird that for a span of time, we don't talk, we don't communicate. Not because I know anything about what was said, but because I'm working. But for you, it was a little different. For that individual, it was a little different. Yet, when I'm seen by this person, it smiles and it's handshakes, and it's, you know, it's friendly. Which for me, you could almost cut the tension with a knife. Uh, it's almost not something that can be respected. You know what I mean? It's almost something that can't be respected because I don't know who you are. You know, the slightest thing, you will crash out. Or, you know, I ain't gonna call you a rat. I don't know your paperwork. I ain't seen it. And calling somebody a rat is like calling a nigga a bitch. And yeah, I'm gonna use that vernacular today. Right? So, I'm not gonna go as far to say anything like that, but it's hard to respect that. You know what I mean? Over a video game, bro. It's weird. And then, you know, to be up in my face, it's like I say, you could cut the tension with a knife. You know what I'm saying? It's not like respectable. Maybe a conversation before the smiles and the handshakes would have been better. Like, bro, I wasn't fucking with that. I was in my feelings about that. You know, whatever, bro. But you know, I realized I thought it over. It wasn't that big of a deal. But you had me hot about that, man. I'm serious. I take the game serious. That's more respectable versus, you know, the truth, which is you forcing yourself to do that with me. You don't gotta do that. But enough about that. Since we on respect, I had a conversation with my guys the other day in regards to what's more important, respect or love. If you know, you know. The right answer is respect, in my opinion. Right? You have some who would say love conquers all, and that would be a true statement when you go out there and kill somebody, rape somebody, hit and run, do whatever it is you do. At the end of the day, when you come to your right senses, you expect that the love God stated from the beginning remains, if you believe in God. So I'm speaking from that aspect. No matter what you do, you could pray and ask for forgiveness and still have love. So love, if it's appropriate love, truly is undefeated. But we in 2025, it's a different kind of love I think people are referring to. When you bring up love, the word loyalty comes up. Or when you bring up love, being faithful, integrity, honest. Well, that's true for the most part. But I love a lot of things. I love my cat. Yeah, I love my wife. I love my children. Think of it this way. A lot of mothers or fathers, parents in general. Some parents have given birth to their own killers. Think about that. I raised you. I loved you. You loved me. I got you everything you wanted. You loved everything about that, and something happened. Even the love at some point was betrayed. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of what happened with a few people. And it's sad to say, my condolences. But it, you know, it took place with a few people. That happened. You know, some parents are murdered by their own children. You gave birth to this child. And he go and do something like that with all the love there. You know, even him loving you, something snapped, something happened. So love in 2025, or just in general, the way humans see it, because nobody can see love the way that the Most High see it, right? Betrayal is still there. There's so many examples I could give, you know. But when you talk about respect and look at respect, you don't gotta love me to give me respect. Which is crazy, because if you've given me such respect, in some aspect there is love there, if that makes sense. Let me try to give an example that's not too outlandish, right? You don't do certain things to certain people, whether it's managers or or we could say slave masters, right? These guys that we call, oh shoot, sorry, that we call, he a Uncle Tom or whatever, he the house nigga or whatever, oh, you love that dude and a lot of gay jokes and all that. Man, he don't love that guy. He respect the guy who's in power. Thus, he ain't gonna do nothing to him. The respect is there. Sometimes, even me and my guy, I ain't gonna say his name, but DH, right? We was talking about it, and we talked about it briefly. He had a deeper conversation with his homeboy in regards to, sometimes it's okay for your woman to have a little fear. And we talked about it, and we divulged into it a little bit, and it arrived to a point that I could agree with, right? Same thing with parents and children. The love is great, but your child will still do things behind your back with all the love in the world. But if they respect you as their parent enough, they won't do certain things behind your back because fear is implicated in that. So that's where I taught a relationship and parenting in. It's a little bit of fear, which ties in to the Lord as well, because the first path to the Most High is fear. Fear the Lord. You see how all of this starts to make sense? Fear the Lord. Why? Because he can't just cause you bodily harm, but your soul, if you believe in that. That's who you should fear. Not in a scary, spooky, I'm a villain type of way, but more or less, there's a respect there. There's a respect there. Some of us indirectly love the devil and Satan and indirectly respect him. I ain't gonna go deep on that because you ain't ready for that. But indirectly, you love him because you keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. And maybe you don't respect him because you don't really believe he can't do anything. Hello? I don't know. Maybe I said too much. Maybe I ain't say none at all. Let's go. Man, look, I'm not finna do that with you. You understand? But I don't know, man. My mind is all over the place. That's why we kind of bouncing around and we hitting a lot of things, right? I've been doing something to the side. I can't say it's making me a lot of money, but it's making me some money. It gives me the idea of financial freedom. And I've been trying to take my focus back from where it went. And I'm not sure what it is. I have my hands in a lot of things. I do a lot of things. I deal with a lot of people. And, sometimes things don't go as planned. I'm also still under heavy restrictions. So certain things I'm not privy to do. Certain places I'm not privileged to go. And that's okay. Because of what I believe in and what I stand by, which is the Most High, the Lord, Christ, Savior. So I know anything for me could change at any time, in any scenario. Man, it's so much I want to get out. This is why people break things down in like clips or scenarios or whatever, and I've been so inconsistent. So I said I'm trying to get my focus back with the financial situation I'm dealing with outside of work. Get back to recording because it's therapeutic. Even if it's not live, even if I'm not talking to anybody particular, I'm not hearing anything come back. This is not therapy, it's therapeutic. I may feel the same way when I play it back, listening to it, but I got to get back with being consistent, and everything I'm saying is still triple fold going back. If you're going to have a successful relationship, you got to be consistent. You got to be that guy you was when she met you. You have to be firm in the faith and not just go back. It says, I don't know if my Bible's right there. Forget what it says. Something similar or along the lines for and Christ forgive me for butchering these words, or higher forgive me for butchering these words. Something similar to, for if we sin willfully, there are no more something for the sins. And that's saying that to say, if I willfully do it and choose to do it, there is no more I'm sorry, or this, that, and the third. So it all ties together. You get what I mean? So everything I'm saying is tying together. So you want to be consistent, and you want to do the right things willfully, justly. Because it does come back, man. What's ever done in the dark come to the light. Whether you believe that for sure, or whether one day you did something wrong and then it came to fruition to everybody's eyes and for everybody to witness. You know it. Whether you got any understanding of that at all, you've done something before. Most people have done something and thought they got away with it, only for it to be shown to the world or their peers or whoever. So it don't take a lot of old references to this. It ain't got nothing to do with that. So, and my dog C, man, he actually told me to start back doing this. Well, not start back, but get back to doing it. Because I've been lazy. I've been tired. You know how it be, man. When you get off work, you come home. It's just work, home. And you got a couple of hours in the morning to get your kids, your children together. You got a couple of hours in the afternoon to deal with them and be with them before it's time for work again. You lose track of other things that are more important than just work. Taking care of your children, being there, bonding, whether it's coloring something with them or going over something educational, playing with toys, imaginary stuff. You kind of forget that stuff. But, yeah. I was telling my guy C the other day, because we was having a conversation. I'm trying not to say these guys' names. But we was having a conversation, man, and, I'll get back to that. Fuck it. We ain't fuck it. But, look, this was just me tuning in. Look at that. That's where the consistency come in. This another drop in, so you ain't got to check in. You did.